Now, what I honestly would love to see this team do, what I would love to see him do, is take a fucking stab, man. Take a stab. You haven't done it for a long time. Take a fucking stab at a rookie quarterback. I really think that's what they ought to do. And there are reports already that the Raiders are willing to trade up to from 13 to get more into the field of the top quarterbacks. I mean, you've got Caleb Williams, although I think he's going to go very, very high. I'm not sold on that guy as being the fucking slam dunk a lot of people think. I'm really not. I think the guy's a little bit of a diva. You know, the fact he mentioned he wants part ownership of a team that drafts him and shit, like, bro, that's not the way it works, man. There has been so many minor league quarterbacks come up from your level that have fucking tripped over their dick and failed horribly in the NFL. And you got to prove yourself, man. You got to prove yourself. You got Drake May out there from North Carolina. You got Jalen Daniels from LSU, which I know a lot of people are very excited and interested about. And he's been talked to, a lot of ties to him to maybe coming to the Raiders. Michael Penix Jr. from Washington he's a dynamic quarterback. He can do some things. He can get things done with his legs as well. J.J. McCarthy has been talked about as well, although I think Harbaugh is probably going to try to go hard for him, although he's got Herbert, but you can have this guy behind Herbert as a project. Bo Nix is a guy, the kid from Oregon, that a lot of people are talking about, possibly a guy that the Raiders should go get. You got Pratt from Tulane, Spencer Rattler from South Carolina, even Jordan Travis from Florida State. I mean, his sixth season was cut short due to injury, and obviously that would be a little bit of a gamble, but that was a dynamic kid, man, who had Florida State talking national championships before he got injured. So there are a lot of guys out there, man. There are a lot of guys out there, and I think you can get one of these guys and not have to move up terribly far in the draft to get one. I mean, you're at 13, and with all those guys I just named, all those guys aren't going to be off the board by the time it gets to 13. I think even if you stayed at 13, you have a chance to get a solid quarterback. You know, they haven't rolled the dice, really, on a top-level quarterback in the draft since fucking Jawalris. And we all know how that worked out. It was a fucking train wreck. But with that season, the Raiders needed a quarterback badly, desperately. So that's who they had to go get. And if you looked at who the other best quarterbacks were in that draft, the other best one was Brady Quinn. I mean, nobody else in that draft as a quarterback did shit. So, I mean, you can shit all over the Raiders for making that move to try and bring Jamarcus in to be the guy, but it would have been a handful of other teams would have made the same fucking move. You know, he checked all the boxes. You know, motherfucker throw from his knees and hit the top of the fucking Superdome and shit. Dude had a fucking cannon. He just had rocks in his head. You know, hooked on that purple drink a little bit.